Alright, this is John Cola with OKRaw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and today I actually find myself in Sedona, Arizona, and I was here for the weekend for the Pure Living Expo that took place here in Sedona. And on Sunday evening, we're here at the Chocolatree Organic Vegetarian. They used to serve 100% raw food. Now they serve about 50% raw, live food, and 50% cooked foods. And I'm here for the first time to make a video review for you guys of the food. Now, I want to let you guys know that they actually are quite busy tonight. So we're going to go ahead and take you guys inside, show you guys what the place looks like, and actually then give you a review of the food. All right, now we're going to walk into the Chocolatree. One of the cool things about the Chocolatree is that they are open until 9 p.m. every night. And we got here approximately maybe 8:50 or so, and this is what it looks on the inside. They have all kinds of crazy ass raw food, supposedly candies, chocolates that I can't really believe is raw, but like peanut butter cups and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then you're gonna wait to be seated, and you can choose to eat either on the inside here, which might be a good idea because it's in the light, you could actually see your food. Or you could go out in the garden, in the patio, so that's where I'm going to take you guys, because that's where I'm already seated. And they have all different kinds of raw pies and raw tiramisus and raw chocolate pudding pies and different almond butters and nuts and hemp seeds and pies to go and flax oil. And they have a whole little marketplace with all different kinds of products, green powders and vitamins. And they even got some probably like organic clothing here, and they have a whole selection of their Chocolatree line of foods that you may be able actually to find near you, so including things like kale chips, granola, nori nachos, and flatbread, and all kinds of other raw food paraphernalia and things like this. That's definitely really cool. I guess the next thing is, and here's even more marketplace paraphernalia and food you can buy to take home. And wow, and check it out, there's even more stuff on the way out, bottles and beeswax candles and all kinds of other crazy stuff. So yeah, this is just a really interesting restaurant that has a lot of stuff and more, and TVs, and here's the restroom as we go down the hallway. And it's cool actually that they're selling organic seeds here, and they actually have nice paintings that are also available for sale, and artwork. We're going to go back out to the patio, and you guys can see they have some heirloom open pollinated seeds available. And then we're going to go ahead and walk out the patio. And one of my comments is that actually it's quite dark on the patio, so if you sit on the patio at night, you're probably not going to be able to see your food because the lighting, in my opinion, is insufficient. So this is what it looks like actually outside, pretty dark. The light on the iPhone on, and you still really can't see too well. And here's one of the tables, and I'm seated all the way over here. Now I want to let you guys know that I got here at approximately 8:50 p.m. and I was seated over here with my girlfriend, and then the server did not come to take our order until like maybe 28 minutes after we were seated. And then it took an additional 37 minutes, because I timed it, to get our food, so that's over an hour of wait. And yes, I want to say that they were busy tonight, but we really weren't updated and we weren't really acknowledged once we were seated and our order wasn't taken. So this is the different foods we got here. Before I even get into the foods, I want to let you guys know that, especially when coming to a raw food restaurant, you want to maybe bring some of your own food, so that's what we've done here. I brought some jicama fries here, so just jicama chopped up, really rich in prebiotics, good for your beneficial flora, also nice and water rich to dilute some of the more concentrated foods we have here. And in addition, we brought some chopped up cucumbers to eat as well. One of the cool things is the water that they serve here is actually artesian spring water, so it's not even filtered because it's just straight out of a spring. That's really awesome. And they have things like salt and pepper and maybe some cayenne here on the table. And here are our different items we ordered. We ordered 3 different items for 2 of us because actually we're quite hungry and I've been waiting a long time to eat. And right here, what we have here is like the avocado sandwich on an onion bread. And if we kind of look at this, looks like inside there, it's like some avocado with some tomatoes and some sprouts and some lettuce on some kind of like soft flatbread with some kind of a nut cheese on there. So actually that looks actually pretty good. Hopefully that'll be pretty good. And it's actually, you know, a lot of fresh veggies, and I like that a lot. So there's not a lot of dehydrated stuff. There's a lot of fresh foods. Next, I believe we have the falafel, and that's over here, something like that. And this is the Mediterranean plate. So this is a Mediterranean wrap with some kind of like a flaxseed crust here that I'm unrolling to reveal, once again, you know, lots of lettuce and small amounts of nut pate, which is really cool. And they give you like a little probably tzatziki or something sauce there. And then over to the last one here, we got the burrito. And the burrito has the spirulina in there, and some guacamole on the top with some pico de gallo. And now we're gonna let you guys know how the avocado sandwich is, and we have my beautiful girlfriend Lauren. Hey Lauren.
Hey.
How's the avocado sandwich you're eating there?
It's really, really good. It tastes like I'm eating at a normal restaurant, eating normal food. It tastes like really good, but yet it still looks really fresh. And I guess it's the sauce and the avocado. It tastes really good. So I would recommend it.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna try it next because I'm so hungry.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and try the avocado sandwich. Wow, it's actually quite good. Really a lot of vegetables. The bread is just really light. And the nut cheese, it's quite good. A+ so far. All right, now Lauren is gonna try the burrito for me. And there it is, we cut it in half. It's went messy here.
Alright, this is my first raw food burrito.
All right, so we did get the raw vegan cheddar cheese on the side, made with some nuts, and Lauren is not choosing to eat that. Of course, I will eat all the cheese.
I forgot to put it on, but I'll try a little bit of it. But this is really, really good. I mean, it's so good.
It's so good, it's all over her face, and she's so beautiful. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and try this burrito here. It's actually kind of coming apart. When the shell gets moist, it just falls apart. It's been sitting here a little bit. And let's see here, I'll maybe just go on this side. That's what it looks like on the inside. There's spirulina and guacamole and shredded like lettuce or cabbage. Man, this stuff is off the hook. Flavor is like excellent. And I really like that they're really focusing on the fresh veggies and not a lot of highly concentrated, you know, fatty foods, you know. It's like a lot of veggies with, yeah, some avocado to make it taste good and some amazing seasonings and a chia-based wrap. All right, so now Lauren is gonna try the Mediterranean wrap, and this is what it looks like. And you wanna dip it in the sauce there, honey, a little bit? All right, cool, look at that. That stuff looks super good.
All right.
Here we go. Right in the kisser.
This is good. This is all good.
It's all good.
This is like my favorite. These are like real wraps. I don't know. It feels like feels like I'm eating something that's like normal food, but it's still pretty fresh. So it's good.
Awesome. You got a spot on your nose, honey.
I know. It's all right.
All right, so now I'm gonna try the Mediterranean wrap. We got the wrap here, and it looks like we got, you know, just some lettuce in there, some sprouts, and some, you know, nut sauce or something like that. And we're gonna go ahead and dip it in the sauce here. I like a lot of sauce. This one for me, the flavor's excellent, but to me, it's just like a bit too dry. Maybe it's like too much nut sauce and not enough like fresh leafy greens.
I kind of felt the same way.
Yeah, but this one is definitely not my favorite, but still the flavor is actually excellent. We'll be back at you in a little bit to sum up what we thought of the food here at the Chocolatree in Sedona, Arizona. All right, so we're back and we finished our meal. And Lauren, how was it for you?
It was really good. I highly recommend it.
And this is her fourth raw food restaurant that she's eaten at, and how would you compare this to the others you've eaten at?
I like this one a lot. Everything was really good. I know that we had to wait a while, but it's a unique situation because there's like a raw food event in town, and they're usually not this busy, so they're not used to that many people being here. But other than that, I thought it was good.
So I would say the food is definitely great here. It's one of the best raw food restaurants that I've eaten at. The only challenge I have is with the service, because I mean the restaurant business, it's a service business. It's not necessarily a food business. And that at least, I think there should be full transparency. Like when there's a wait, say, somebody that when we got here said, hey, there's gonna be at least a half-hour wait for your food. And then at least we'd have some information that, okay, yeah, it's cool that we will accept that wait, or it's not cool and we're not gonna accept that wait. But we had no transparency, as well as when we were originally seated, like nobody even came over to acknowledge that we were here for like 25 minutes, and at least our order should have been taken a bit earlier. But other than that, the food was great, and we're not actually going to rate it right now. I usually give a scale of 0 to 5 apples for every restaurant. What we're going to do is, because besides just the taste, which was great here, it's really important to me that you feel good the next day, because I literally have eaten at raw food restaurants and I had to, I've had the runs afterwards. Not that I had to go for a run because I had so much energy. I mean, I had the runs like the Hershey's Trots, if you know what I mean. So, Lauren, before we go real quick, what was your favorite dish that you had tonight?
The avocado sandwich was my favorite.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I like the avocado and the burrito were the two best. So if you get two, only get that. I wouldn't necessarily get the Mediterranean. And if I had to pick one, I'm going to go with what Lauren said, because the woman's always right. No, but seriously, actually, I like the avocado sandwich too. There's actually less fat than the burrito, because like the burrito guacamole just smushed everywhere, and there's a little bit of avocado that was balanced out by some of the nut cheese in there, in the avocado sandwich, and the bread was amazing. And actually, the other thing that I liked is that it stayed together, so it didn't fall apart in your hands and make a big mess on the plate. And then we had to eat the rest of the burrito, with the fork. Any last things you'd like to share with my viewers tonight about the Chocolatree, Lauren?
No, I think I said everything.
Awesome.
It's a good place.
Awesome. So yeah, next, I actually just got the check, so let me share with you guys what the damage was. All right, so here is the chit, or the check here. And it looks like we got one Mediterranean wrap for 11, an avocado herb sandwich for 10, a Viva Burrito for 11, subtotal 32, tax 320, and the grand total is $35.20. Actually, that's actually a fair price for the meal we got. Really rich in vegetables. I liked it a lot, and that seems fair. Some of the restaurants that I've gone to, the raw food restaurants, they serve, things cost like $10, $15, $20, and you get smaller portion size. At least here you get nice size, portion size, and after splitting 3 of these between the two of us, actually I'm quite full, and I'm sure Lauren could probably say the same. All right, so it's the second day, and we woke up this morning, and I probably felt actually pretty decent. After I left, immediately had a small stomach ache, so I took some Dr. Ohhira's probiotics, and it was no problem. I found that Dr. Ohhira's probiotics, if I have any kind of stomach discomfort, in most cases it just wipes it out. Plus, it's very enzymatically rich to help me, digest the food. So, Lauren, how are you feeling after, last night's meal at the Chocolatree?
Well, I feel a little heavy today, but I'm not used to eating that much stuff and that many combinations, and I've actually been having like some stomach problems this week. So anyway, but I didn't feel terrible last night. I didn't have like a huge stomach ache. I'm just like a little heavy today, but I don't want to blame that completely on, it's just my stomach. It's kind of sensitive.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had a really good movement this morning, if you know what I mean. I looked and it came out really nice and easy, and it was like fat and big, man. Lots of good fiber in there, and digested, really well for me. Today we're actually out in Sedona. We're hiking the Cathedral Rock hike up to these amazing rocks. We're feeling like the awesome energy here of Sedona. We got our asses on the ground to ground out and absorb the amazing energy here in Sedona. So honey, on a scale of 0 to 5 apples is what I normally rate places, how many apples would you give the Chocolatree?
I would say 4. 4.5. I don't know. The only thing was like it was kind of this slow because it was so busy there. But other than that, I mean, I really like the food, and I expected it to feel, because I usually eat really pretty light, so and my body's probably just not used to all that stuff. But it was good. So that's what I would say.
All right, cool. I think I would rate it probably about 4 stars or 4 apples out of 5 apples. And that's a fairly high rating for me. I don't think I've ever given a 5 apples because no place just meets my stringent, rigorous, demands of like growing food fresh and harvesting it and having it mostly, fresh, foods instead of like dehydrated stuff. Well, Chocolatree, they definitely did really good, and if they had like better service, and maybe if they included like an extra side salad with just the, with the meals, because they should have a side salad or something, just shredded cabbage with some nice, maybe nut, fruit-based dressing would be really good, because the meal itself was great, but I think they should just add a little bit more. They had a little small side of like sprouts. It's like a micro sprout salad, and like 2 shavings of carrots to make the plate look nice. But there's room on the plate, and they should really include, something really inexpensive just to kind of help fill you up and garnish the plate a little bit more, and that would have been really nice. But mainly, I probably would have actually gave them 5 apples, which would have been pretty crazy because I've never done that before. They have a garden in the back, actually, where they have, a food growing, vegetables, and fruit trees, which is amazing, some of which I'm sure they use at the restaurant there. But the service, was really terrible. We got there late. I'd been working at the show all day, giving lectures, running around, filming interviews that you guys are going to see later on the channel. And I was just hungry because I hadn't eaten since 3, and we got there, and seriously, it took a little bit of time to get seated, but actually that was quite fast. I was actually quite impressed. But then we weren't, the big problem I had was that we weren't acknowledged once we were seated. Like, the waiter never even came by to acknowledge that, like, hey, I'll be with you a minute. We just were waiting for like 25 minutes until he came. Put our order in, then another 37 minutes later, we got our food. So, hindsight's always 20/20. I wish the restaurant would have some, things in place so that if the wait's long, and they know this is long because their kitchen is pretty small, but they have, I think, excess seating. Like, they have too much seating for such a small kitchen. So people do end up waiting, and then people don't end up like that, even though they really like the food. So they should just let, people in advance know, like, hey, we're really busy today, we're slammed. The wait before you get your food is approximately a half hour. And people can determine if they want to do that or not. In addition, it'd be really nice to just, if there are excessive wait times, give some people some free chocolates, a little small salad. Like, if you go into a Mexican restaurant, they give you chips and guacamole as a free thing. It'd be nice if they just kind of gave you something to let you know that, they're working their best and they're trying to just keep everybody happy. And, I really didn't feel like the server was apologetic that it took too long. He didn't give an apology, and he was just like, this is what it is, deal with it. I was almost like half asleep before the food came because I was just tired and at that point, I almost didn't want to eat because it was getting so late. I don't really like to eat too late at night. So the last thing I want to say is that, Lauren and I, we rarely actually eat out. That was like Lauren's 4th raw food restaurant, and I eat out a lot more than Lauren because I've been doing this a lot longer. But I might eat out if I'm lucky once a month, right? And I do that when I'm traveling for fun, actually to make a video for you guys, and just to try new and different tasting foods. And a lot of times it's a bomb, and sometimes it's a big win, like this episode. Food was amazing. But, I also want to encourage you guys to, check in on how you feel the next day, because not only should the food taste good, but you should be vibrant, full of energy, and able to go on, hikes up mountains and dive off cliffs the next day, and not just be like in bed and like, oh, I feel like crap because the food's sitting hard in my stomach and all this stuff. And I know you guys have felt that before after eating out, whether you get a foodborne illness or who knows what is in the food, or it doesn't digest properly because there's not enough fiber if you're eating, junk food and fast food. And you still might feel that every day because you're not eating the best diet. Lauren and I, we normally eat really clean, just fresh fruits and fresh vegetables with maybe a handful of nuts and seeds. Well, I eat more nuts and seeds than her. But, eat very simply, and your body will love it. You'll have more energy because of it. And, go out and enjoy, by all means, some raw food restaurants sometimes, but don't make it a habit because it can be actually quite expensive and not as good for you as stuff you could actually make at home, or things actually that you could grow at home, like I have in my garden and pick out of my garden. The food out of my garden tastes at least 5 times better than the stuff at the Chocolatree, as much as I liked it. So if you enjoyed this episode, hey, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. I'll try to do more restaurant reviews in the future. Whenever I'm traveling, that's usually when I hit restaurants. And also be sure to check out past episodes. I have plenty of episodes, over 450 now, on all aspects of raw foods, and with at least over a dozen other raw food restaurant reviews, some of which have actually gone out of business now. Hopefully not because of my reviews. And also be sure to subscribe, because I have new videos coming out all the time. I filmed a whole bunch of cool videos at the Pure Living Expo that took place here in Sedona, Arizona, including both of my talks that I will be putting up very shortly. So once again, my name is John Kohler, and
Lauren.
All right, with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best. John Kohler with OKRaw.com to give you another exciting episode for you. And I'm coming at you from the 2015 Pure Living Expo here, taking place in Sedona. Beautiful Sedona, the mountains behind us, everything. And I'm here today with a very special